Hello, everyone. It's been like 2 months since I've recorded a proper video, and honestly, this might be one of the best videos I've ever recorded. So stick around because this video is going to basically educate you a lot more on how to actually be happy and how to approach happiness. And this is just something I want to teach to my younger self. So this is just for me. I think everybody will get some value out of it in whatever stage you are on your self-improvement journey. I hate to use that word. Well, I guess there's not really a good replacement. But yeah, let's just dive straight into it, right? So the thing that I want to teach my younger self is about chasing happiness. Because you've probably heard a lot of these gurus say, like, oh, you shouldn't chase happiness, you should chase hard work and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, they're right. But I think we forget something really, really, really important, which actually takes away from our happiness. And that is this. So there might be two types of people watching this. First type of people have never really had a period where they worked really, really hard for like a month straight. They've worked like long on something they really liked, like a business model. Maybe like work as in school work or something or whatever, maybe an actual job, but not on something that they really liked and felt like they were making progress in, right? Which is usually a business. So if you haven't done that, well, then I encourage you to try. Maybe even just don't watch this video and come back to it after you've tried that. If you have, well, then you probably know this. When you are in the season when you were working like really, really hard, you probably felt a lot happier, weirdly, than when you didn't. And that is the lesson I want to teach you today. Chasing happiness, you're still chasing happiness when you're chasing hard work. Because why do we do hard work, right? Well, we want to get somewhere. We want to achieve certain things, right? And what are those achievements going to give us? Fulfillment. They're going to give us fulfillment, a sense of peace, maybe, if you're chasing maybe financial stuff, right? And those fulfillments, if we fulfill them, they're going to make us happy. And they're going to make us happier than any kind of simple dopaminergic thing are going to give us. And the thing is also that happiness lasts, right? Let's say you bust a nut, right? It's gone. You have literally 10 seconds of like all really, really big dopamine, and then it's gone. But the happiness of achieving something, that lasts for a long, long, long time. And it's a lot more fulfilling. So what I'm trying to teach here is there is a hard and an easy way to actually kind of there's levels to happiness, right? So there's the easy level of happiness where you just kind of do the simple things. You take your phone, you whip it out, and you scroll on social media. Gets you a little bit happy. Not really though, right? It's the simple things that are just yeah, they're nice, but they don't make you that happy. And then there's the hard things that will give you a lot more happiness. And that is the thing. I think if I would ask you the question, right? And let me actually ask you this, and you need to tell me through the screen. Um, so if I asked you, would you rather always have kind of these simple but kind of medium happiness activities? So they're simple to achieve, but they don't make you that happy? Or would you rather have something that you might have to work a lot harder for, but you get so much happier from it? I think we can all agree that we would rather do the thing that we might have to work a bit harder for it, but it makes us more happy. And a couple analogies that I want to give. So one thing I was thinking about, right, was with sex and self-pleasure, right? So hear me out, right? You can bust a nut basically anytime. You can masturbate basically anytime. I could stop the recording and masturbate right now. But that is kind of the simple way, right? And it feels nice, right, for some time. Um, but it's not the pinnacle of that sexual pleasure, and that's where we're gonna get to. So, and then you have sex. You're actually having sexual intercourse with another person, and that feels so much better, right? It feels a lot better, at least from my experience. It feels like 50 times better than just doing it on your own. And why do we still do that, even though masturbating is so much easier, right? Well, we want to chase those higher pleasures. We want to have those higher pleasures or those higher levels of happiness. At least that's kind of what I think of it, right? And of course, you can make the argument like, oh, okay, we're wired to reproduce and all of that, and maybe that's true. But I think if you think about it, and if I think about it, we can probably find a lot more analogies where you would kind of do a similar activity, but you would rather actually go to the harder activity to achieve just for that higher level of pleasure. Because otherwise, why would we all want to get rich, right? We all want to get, probably if you're watching this, you probably want a lot of money. I don't know why, but that's just kind of the everyone in this space, in the self-improvement space, kind of wants to be rich. Um, including me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be like an outstander, right? But why couldn't we just accept like a job or something or whatever, or just driving a normal car and just having a simple life? It could still be fun, right? And it's a lot easier than working or having a business and having all the stress that comes with it. Some people might be in the stage where they think a business is going to be easier than a 9 to 5. Maybe eventually, but right now, I'm sorry, bro. It's tough. It's rough, man. A lot harder than having a job, in my opinion. But a lot more fun. I like it, at least. Now, again, we could stay with the just kind of simple things and live the medium life, get that medium happiness. But we all want to go to that higher happiness, right? Especially us, we're usually, I don't know, the people again in the self-improvement space. We all want to be high achievers. Eh, I hate that word as well. I feel like every single self-improvement term has just become cringe now. But yeah, I don't really have a good replacement word for it. So my bad if I made you cringe like 5 times by watching this video. But that said, we all want to actually overcome the resistance to have that higher level of happiness. So all I'm saying, right, to wrap it all up, is this is just a reminder that you are chasing happiness if you're doing the hard work and not really chasing happiness, right? You're chasing more success and achievements and all of these things. But it's not like that path is not going to give you happiness at all. You're going to feel the most happy when you are doing those hard things, right? And that is the thing we should not forget. Because if we wake up, right, in the morning and we think, fuck, I have the choice now to just waste my day away, watch content, and do all of these things, or I can work all day on a business and do all of these things, get out of my comfort zone, take a cold shower. Now, what if you just look at it just straight away? It might be just without any kind of other thoughts than those two paths. It's very, very tempting. And now we can all say like, oh yeah, I'll of course choose for the hard thing. But sometimes we just don't do that, right? Let's all be honest with ourselves. We have had times where we didn't do that. Um, so if you have those two things, but then you look at them from a different angle, as in, okay, well, I have these simple things. They'll give me dopamine, and that's nice. But then there's the other thing, which is harder, but it's actually going to make me literally 10 times happier than if I choose that path. And all of a sudden, your decision becomes a lot more clear. And a lot of times, the the decision of doing your work, it just needs a little bit of a like an extra push to get you over the bar of starting to do the work and initiating the work. And if this mindset can help you kind of tip over your mind towards the work, towards doing the work, well then great, right? every single small thing helps. That's why I think this mindset is so, so important, because it's a very strong extra reason to work. We all want like to feel happy and to feel self-respect and all of these good emotions, right? Like, let's not bullshit ourselves. Um, so this path, the path of pain, usually gives you the most happiness. And it's just something we need to remember. And the reason I tell you this, because it might seem so obvious, but it's because we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. And that is honestly what this whole channel is about. I'm going to teach you probably a few maybe new lessons or new things, but honestly, I want to remind you guys more about some things that you might already know in your subconscious mind, but then when you pull it out, it actually becomes conscious. And once it becomes conscious, you can actually use it as a tool to overcome procrastination and do all of these cool stuff with your life, make a lot of money, become really strong, get a good girlfriend, and all of that, wife, kids, happy life, and then you die with a lot of fulfillment. Um, I guess. So that was really it. Just don't fool yourself. Just make sure to keep this in your mind. Don't fool yourself by saying to yourself, well, the simple things are going to make me more happy, because they are not. The hard things are always going to make you more happy. That was it. Subscribe, like the video, comment, and share to 200 people. Um, Otherwise, I will do one push up for every single comment this video gets if you don't share it to 200 people. Um, yeah, that was a good outro. Okay, thank you for watching, and until the next one.